a humble rabbit stew. There's nothing quite like it. If you've never had rabbit, this probably would be a great introduction. We'll be using the legs and forequarters from our butchery lesson, and as you may know by now, these extremity cuts benefit from low and slow cooking. So, let's begin with a little refresher on mise en place and outline what ingredients we'll be using in our stew. Now here's our mise en place, and this is how we should have it set up each and every time we decide to cook. So for the aromatics, we have a bay leaf, some thyme, chopped garlic, and whole shallots which I've removed the skins and trimmed the hairs from the roots. Then we have some chopped bacon and large diced portobello mushrooms. And here's our rabbit, so we have the forequarters and the legs. For the stewing liquid, we have some hot chicken stock, 1 cup of heavy cream, 1/4 of a cup of white wine, some white wine vinegar, and 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. We're first going to season our rabbit with salt and black pepper, and of course, as mentioned many times, we want to make sure to do so on both sides. Next, in a saute pan on high heat, add a tablespoon of olive oil, we'll add our rabbit and sear until golden brown on both sides. Now here I'm checking to see if the leg releases from the pan and they still need a little more time. However, one of the quarters is ready to flip. I'll turn the rest of the rabbit meat and sear the other side. It's important to turn these every so often so that you can get an equal sear on both sides. Once nice and seared, I'll remove from the pan. Next, I'll add in the sliced bacon and saute until it begins to color. The bacon will release some moisture, so this is a good chance to scrape off the fond that's been developed. We'll saute this until the fat is rendered and it becomes nice and crispy. And I can feel that it's crisped up quite a bit, so I'll add the mushrooms and get that coated in our bacon fat. I'll then add a few knobs of butter and stir to combine. We'll toss in the thyme at this point, and the shallots as well. I'll then add in the chopped garlic and lower my heat so that it doesn't burn. I'll pour in the white wine, followed by a dash of vinegar. We'll reduce by about half so that the flavors are concentrated while making sure that the alcohol has cooked off. We'll add 1.5 cups of the chicken stock. And once that simmers, we'll add in our bay leaf. We'll remove the sprigs of thyme as they already have contributed their flavor. We'll taste for seasoning. And this was perfect. So I'm now going to add the cream. Followed by the Dijon mustard. And we'll stir this in until it becomes a part of the sauce. I'll then add the rabbit meat into the liquid. Along with its resting juices. We'll bring to a simmer and cover with a lid, leaving it slightly ajar. We'll place into a 350-degree oven to stew for 3 hours. We'll remove from the oven. And I'll taste the sauce for seasoning. We'll also add some cornstarch slurry to thicken our sauce. Remember to always add a bit at a time until you're happy with the consistency. If you wanted to use flour instead, the best time to add a teaspoon or so is when you add the butter. We'll remove the bay leaf. And this is great, as you can see, the sauce coats the back of my spoon. And I'll add a pinch of salt here and mix to combine. We'll plate in a shallow bowl directly in the center. And lastly, I'll garnish with some finely chopped parsley. I'll go ahead and give this a taste. The rabbit is pulling off the bone with ease, and this tangy mustard sauce works perfectly with the fatty bacon and savory mushrooms. Now this stew works well in the summer or winter months. It's rich, but also well balanced with the acidity that comes from the white wine, vinegar, and of course mustard. Now in the next lesson, we'll be showcasing a number of techniques using the rabbit loin, as well as plating it in a couple different ways. Catch you there.